Hi, how are you? And welcome back to Tarot Tats and Tea. I've come on here today to share a bit of a birthday haul. Yes, it was my birthday at the weekend, 58 years of age. Oh my God, I tell you, I can't believe that I'm only 2 years away from 60. But I have some tarot bits and bobs to share with you. My youngest son purchased me a couple of decks that I had been after, and I just thought, well, I can't put them in my bag just yet. I can't order them just yet because I have been, collecting quite a lot. And I thought, right, I'll ask them for birthday gifts, and that's what he did. And I'm still waiting on the arrival of a book that he has ordered for me, and it is quite an unusual book, and it's all about sort of Welsh folklore. I'll show you that when it arrives. But the book that he kindly ordered for me was this one here. It's another one of my wild story books, and it's the Book of the Book of Witching, okay? And it's for 400 years separate them, one book binds them. So let's have a look at the blurb on this one. Glasgow 2024. Clem waits by her daughter's hospital bed. Erin was found on an idyllic beach in Finhallow Bay, Orkney, with catastrophic burns and only one memory. Her name is Nix. But how did she get these burns, and how did her boyfriend end up burnt alive? Now, in Orkney in 1594, accused of witchcraft, Alison Balfour awaits trial. The punishment, to be burnt alive. Separated by 400 years but bound by the Book of Witching, two women stand imperiled. Can they unlock a centuries-old mystery? And will Finhallow Bay give up its secrets before someone else dies? So that looks like it's going to be a good one. Now, the two decks. The first one I'll just show you briefly because many of you will be aware of the Morgan Greer. Now, I do have a Morgan Greer deck, but it's the tarot in the tin that I was looking for because it's more travel friendly, and also it's the size of the cards are that bit smaller, so you can carry out larger spreads if you've only got a small desktop to work from. And if you will recall, the images of the Morgan Greer are very much have that 70s vibe on them, So there you go. I'll just show you a couple of the cards. The Fool. We'll go through here. We've got Justice. So you can see what I mean about that 70s sort of vibe. Here we've got the Two of Wands. There you go. It's just all that really lovely sort of heyday vibe about it. So that is going to be part of my travel kit from now on when it comes to travelling with my tarot. The other deck, just bear with me. The other deck is amazing. It's the Ancestral Path Tarot. Now there's no blurb on the back. However, besides the little white, not so little white book that comes with it, you have your title card, Ancestral Paths Tarot, and that's what it looks like on the back. It almost looks as though you can go deep into that orb, doesn't it? The way it's painted, it has that sort of 3D vibe. Then you get this card that tells you a little bit about the deck, and yes, this is the size of the deck. So let's have a look. Ancestral Path Tarot. The Ancestral Path Tarot by Julie Kuchar-Watts threads together the diverse beliefs of various cultures in order to find commonalities of experiences between them. It examines the traditions of our ancestors through mythology to reclaim a personal spirituality that enables us to perceive the divine in ourselves and in others. The Ancestral Path Tarot emphasises the living tradition of all human cultures for us to factor into our worldview. The deck portrays paths created by ancestors of different times and cultures for our consideration. I fell in love with this deck when I saw it advertised on Amazon. I thought, I sort of had a look at it online and I thought, I really do like this. So in the little white book, it tells you, you know, a little bit about what tarot is, but then it looks at the cards themselves. So if we look at the Fool, for instance, beginning the heady moments before diving into the future, the state of being untested, inexperienced, and feeling of quivering anticipation when arriving at the brink of an experience, exploring the unknown, risking taking a leap of faith, stepping into the untested path, or leaping into the spiral, consulting an oracle, paying attention to omens, using divination to clear a tangled path, and so on and so forth. And that is in the little white book. So let's just have a look at these cards. I have another deck here that I will be showing you in a minute, but I'll just take out a standard size card from this deck to show you the size of these cards. So this is a standard sized card, okay, and this is the Ancestral Path Tarot. So it's quite a difference. It is a very large deck. Let's put that away there. Look at that in a second. So let's take a look at these lovely images. By the way, this deck comes in this large flip top lid, okay? So, there you go, the Fool. I really like that. Sorry about my lamp from the sitting room is shining on the face there. It's not a glossy deck, but it's, you know, it's got that sheen to it. The Magician. High Priestess. This is a beautiful card. Very sort of Spanish look about her, really. There you go, if I hold it a little bit further away. The Empress. The Empress, to me, she might not be, but she looks sort of Egyptian. Sorry about the muck on my hand there. That was me delving into plant pots just now. I didn't check that. Let's have a look. The Emperor. See there, if you look at him, quite a handsome looking man. Now, just bear with me. That patch of compost is annoying me. Now, here we have the Hierophant. I think this is a beautiful Hierophant card. I really do think it's beautiful. The Lovers, again another. They're all beautiful cards. Let's have a look. You can't really see the colour there per se, but it is more silhouette-y than anything else. The Chariot. The Chariot, isn't that beautiful? The Panther and the Lion pulling the chariot. Justice. The Hermit. And the Wheel of Fortune. I like this Wheel of Fortune. Just trying to see the best way to show you. Strength is beautiful. The Hanged One. Wait till you see this. This is so different. Look at that. It's a little baby still in its mother's tummy. The Hanged One. Hanging by its umbilical cord. Death. Wow. This is a powerful death card. The owl there. You've got the person in the boat. It looks, that to me would remind me very much of, you know, sort of practices for Day of the Death. You know, there's an island, I'm just trying to think where it is. I won't say where it is because I'm not 100% sure, but where they go and they honour their dead. I know when we were in Bali, there was that sort of practice was where they would their past loved ones would be buried somewhere, and after such a length of time, there were certain celebrations where they dug up the people and honoured them again. It's like reburying them, and I'm not quite sure if I have that correct, but I can remember our tour guide telling us something along those lines. And what might seem, that's temperance, what might seem strange to us here in our lives is quite normal for people of different cultures, and that's a good thing too. You know, it's different. It might be scary or even put people at unease, but that's possibly what we were all part of before Christianity came in and swept either pagan or other religions asunder, you know, or attempted to anyway. Here we have the devil. See the face in the dark? It's almost like, you know, you see Harry Potter having his dreams and Voldemort's face sort of comes out. It's that sort of effect there. You can see him there in the darkness, and there the two people chained to the devil and his antics. The tower. This is a beautiful tower, and it actually, there's sections of it that look Egyptian, but there's one part of it that's on fire that reminds me of, I think it was York Minster that had a fire a number of years ago, and that's what it sort of reminds me of. See that there? It's really powerful. The star. The moon. It's beautiful, isn't it? The sun. That is an extremely bright card. And judgment. And this one I really like. It's one of my favourite world cards, and it is simply the world. Now we're going to look at the minors, and we're starting off with swords. I'm just going to take all the swords, and I'll come back to the others. So if we look at these now, I won't call it out each title, I'm just going to whisk through them. But in this deck it starts from the king and works backwards to the ace. Gosh. Right. So here we go. They're very, very vibrant, aren't they? Very strong. So those are our court cards. My goodness. See that 10 there? Isn't that just amazing? I like that Two of Swords. That's sort of our samurai theme through our swords, isn't there? Very much a samurai theme. Then we come to our staves. Okay, so there's swords and staves. And again, we start at the knight and go through to the ace. And this one has very much an African vibe to it. Beautiful, beautiful vibe. there are images in here that remind me of my own childhood growing up in what was then known as the Transvaal. I think it's now called Gauteng. And there are images there that I would have seen in real life, like the lady carrying the baby on her back at the market, and the corn not growing because of heat wave, etc. So yeah, that was many years ago, well over 40 years ago. Now we have our next suit, which is cups. This suit has much more like sort of a European vibe to it, and you'll see in how the royalty are dressed in the courts, and it does give you that vibe of European kings and queens. You can hear that noise. It's Sally who's come to join us, and it's her toenails kicking off the wooden floor. Now, 8 of Cups here. Stonehenge in the background. There you go, if you can see that there. Some scrying going on in our 7 of Cups. I like this 6 of Cups because this 6 of Cups sort of veers away from that traditional look of what was I going to say? What in the name of Gordon Bennett was I going to say there? Tell you what, we'll scrap that bit. This is the 6 of Cups. I hate it when that happens. 5. And here's our ace. Beautiful Ace of Cups. Now our last suit, which is the Sacred Circles suit. So that's what would have been our Pentacles, is called the Sacred Circles. And this has a Native American vibe about it. So here we go. Sam, can you settle down, please? Come on. Up on the chair. Go on, settle down on the chair. And then we've done, that's our quartz, getting into our 10. Sam, settle down, please. I love this four sacred circles. Number 3. two, Sam, and one. So that is, whoops, Daisy, that's one of my cards falling. That is the Ancestral Path Tarot. The vibe from the cards is actually quite something else. They do have a very strong feel about it. It would have been interesting to work my way through the Ancestral Grimoire book and you know, that I was doing earlier on, if you go back over my videos, and using this deck, this would have been quite something else. I love the pictures, I love the size, I'm a sucker for large decks. I'll tell you what it's like to riffle, if I can riffle it. I think I can, yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah, I wouldn't go arching them. I would just hand over hand shuffle, because you don't want to damage the cards. With them being so big, there's that little bit of tightness to them. So it's I wouldn't riffle them, but I would rummage them around on a table or shuffle them hand over hand. Sam, come on here. Come and join us here. Come on. Wandering around like a lost soul there. Come on, up you get. Come on. There you go. So, there we go. Hello, mister. So that is a beautiful deck. I'm looking forward to actually working with this, and then I will actually be able to tell you further how much I like it, how much I work with it, and what the type of readings are. So I'll do one reading with those at some point in the week, and we'll do it here on the channel. Another deck that I have to show you is one that was shown on the Hermit's Cave and the Grateful Dead. It was shown on the Hermit's Cave with Simon, and I have it here in my sticky little paws. I love you too, Sambo. So I'll show you that. I get so many kisses. I was away the weekend, and this little madam, this little mister, and his sister over there, Sally, haven't stopped hugging me and giving me loads of kisses since. So this is the little book that comes with the deck, and it's actually quite nice. It's got lovely colourful images in the book. It's a nice little book to have, actually. It gives you the name of the card. It's a highlight. So if I'm looking here at number 8, the hero, okay. So it's ego, self and strength, and then it tells you the reverse of being pride, arrogance and abuse, and it goes on to explain it even further. So the cards have a different name, and I'm funny with cards having different names. I like them to have the traditional names. However, when Simon was showing this, just something about it made sense. You know, I liked it. So our Fool is the storyteller. And that's pretty apt, really. You can see there's lots of colour going on here. A huge amount of colour going on. That's pretty apt, the Fool being renamed the storyteller, because the whole major arcana is the Fool's journey, or the Fool's story. And this is this card travelling, this person travelling through each one of the different parts of tarot, and it's just, I just find it lovely that it's gone from being the Fool to the storyteller. I'm telling my tale, this one is saying. We then go to the musician. And, you know, we would say, well, why musician instead of our magician? But isn't there a lot of magic in music? You know, you can get music that can take you far places. You get music that you meditate to that can take you different places in your heart and soul. And then you get music that can get you up and dancing and feeling great. Brilliant. And then you can get music that can make you feel rather melancholic. And it has this ability to reach each of us on different levels, and that is magic in its own right. Then we have the Mother. Hold on a second. Oh no, there was 2 missing. There's one I didn't get right there. Sorry, I missed one. The Lady. So the Lady, instead of our High Priestess. That's different, isn't it? Put this other part box, there we go. So that's the lady. We have mother. And father. I'll just go through the majors on this deck and then just show you a couple of the minors. Then we have saint. Wow, saint. We have the lovers. And instead of the chariot, we have journey. We have hero. Then we have one here, the attic. The attic. I'm going to have a think about the names on some of these. The cosmic wheel. Fire. Then we have blues. Some of these names I'm not too sure of. River. See, rivers, in a river, the water predominantly is flowing, which is cleansing, but can also be revealing when the tide is down and the river runs shallow, or if it's a not a seawater river or a contributory river to an ocean. It can be an inland river to a lake, and it can reveal some hidden truths. Then doorway. This is a deck that I'm going to have to sit down with and really, really have a good old rummage with. Wolf. Mirror. Fountain. Mystery, which would be like our moon, I would think. Sunflower. Then we have four winds, which would be like our judgment. And when we look at the four winds, we've got four creatures that, to me, in a way, look a little like the four horses of the apocalypse, you know. And then we have eyes, which is our world card. So, now, let's have a look what suits we have. Matching. So the flowers above these are roses. So I would say that is the suit of the roses. Now roses have thorns on, so would that be the suit of swords? And our aces are little terrapins. So this is going to be one to really delve into. And this is one that we're having a quick look at now, but one that would be great to actually work with and come back and say, right, this is what I've discovered. Then we have a suit of skulls. I'm assuming it's skulls because it's got nothing to say it's skulls, it's just got that skull in the top corner, okay? So what would I think skulls would be? Would skulls be cups or vessels? Okay, so those are them. Then we have a lightning bolt, which I would think would be our wands. And in each one, like I say, you have a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but 1 is terrapins. Aces are for some reason called terrapins. That I will have a look at the little book, and that will be more explanatory. And you can see the reason I'm calling them the suit of lightning bolts is because there's a lightning bolt here on the top. Okay. And then we have the last one suit here, which looks like a bear. Okay, this is a great deck for Halloween, that's a certainty. And again we have a terrapin. Terrapins look like they're being worshipped in this. And it moves on. It's quite a strange change. So what I need to do, before I can give you my true feeling on that particular deck, I need to work with it and I need to have a look at the book and see what the book says. It's called The Grateful Dead, the official tarot deck and guidebook. Its author is Elizabeth Jezorski and it's illustrated by Erin Cadigan. It's published by Weldon Owen. So it tells us in here, oh yes, we have, so it gives us all the cards. It is the suit of roses, the suit of skulls, bolts and bears. Now let's just see here. And this is, of course, you know, the Grateful Dead, as in the band The Grateful Dead. But it's going to be quite a journey into this, I think, because oh my goodness, it's actually quite, to the good old Grateful Dead, both band and heads, whose wild and intrepid spirit shaped and continues to shape a microcosm of music and community, pulsing like a drum with a rhythm like no other, through each one of our hearts, bodies and souls. To those who set the stage, to those who drive it forward, to those along the way, to those who hold the light. When everything else is dark, we dedicate this to you, from Liz and Erin. Isn't that nice? But yes, I'm going to have a deep delve into this, and I think it's going to be quite a quirky deck that would be very useful at this time of year. So that's what I have in as far as decks are concerned. You saw the book there, and I have a book on the way. That's the one I'm currently reading. And I very recently got this one, James Patterson, Months to Live. That looks like it's going to be quite a good one. But I want to show you these, the Hedgerow Apothecary Forager's Handbook. Okay, so that's a lovely book. It's one that you can take out into the field with you, and one that you can write your findings in. It gives you an idea of what to do with the herbs, what months different ones are available. And this is based on the UK plants, okay? And inside that I took this. I was on a lovely little, it's a journaling course for when you're out on field trips. And we just put together these lovely little journals, just that we can pop in and pop out. So I've got that tucked in front of my Forager's Guide, because I'm going to take that with me and use it. And then Wild and Free Cooking from Nature, 100 recipes and folklore of Ireland's wild harvest. And these are all plants that we'll find here in Ireland. So this is what I've got for my birthday. I'm extremely lucky. The last thing I want to show, I did get for my gardening. So all my hobbies and interests have been catered to by my lovely family and my friends. And I've got a nice shredder for me to now turn old plants that have to come up, turn them into compost that I'm going to put into my beds, and to nourish the soil that will be going in there too. So that's something that was good. And one thing I was delighted with, let me show you this. It's one of those little rooms that you build, and mine's a greenhouse. Isn't that lovely? So that is going to keep me busy. Hopefully I'll get it done. I can't say it's going to be very quick. I think it's going to be a long task, but when it's done, I can't wait to show it to you. So thanks for being with me this evening. Thank you for sharing my, let me share my birthday haul with you, and just thank you for everything. This channel wouldn't exist if it wasn't for people like yourselves supporting it. So I shall be back soon with, we're going to do some spreads using the new decks and seeing how they read. Okay, take care and I'll see you soon. Bye now.